Hey, 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 it's Pika calling in from Singapore. It is a rainy Monday night here. And yeah, I'm actually in the room with baby girl because she's scared it's like thundering and lightning outside. So I'm gonna try and make this short, but I'm gonna go ahead and cover everything I need to cover anyway. Alright? So, today, really, really, really quiet day at the office. Dropped baby girl off at school, went to the office, and got a lot of work done. Let's see, I was there until about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I headed off to a daycare center. We're actually looking at helping out with a student care center so that we can provide tuition at the center. It's actually a really good marketing strategy, I think, because a lot of people nowadays really depend on other people to take care of their kids. It's actually really sad and sickening to me, but hey, I'm not here to knock anybody's way of life. If that's the way you got to do it, then that's the way you got to do it. So a lot of these people, because the kids go to school at 7, they don't get out till like 1:30, something like that, and then they need looking after, until parents get home from work or whatever not. So most times the schools actually have a student care facility on premises, and if they don't, there's one close by. So they normally have to be picked up from the school, taken to the child care facility until, I think most of them pretty much close by 7. So that's plenty of time for parents to get off of work, get that commute done, and get to wherever their kids are to pick them up and take them home and have dinner. So as much as I don't like the idea, I'm actually glad that it's there because obviously Singapore depends on that stuff. But while they're there from 1 o'clock until 7, that's another 6 hours that they're there, right? Might as well provide some enrichment and some tuition or whatever. I'm telling you, man, Singapore runs on tuition. I don't know what it is, but the government hasn't figured out that, you have so many tuition centers and so many things that are offered, and you have group classes, you have one-on-one classes, you have, private home tutors, all kind of stuff. They haven't figured out yet that if somebody were to hack school, like somebody like me, perhaps, because I'm stupid and crazy like that, and I've actually thought about this, like, seriously. Instead of homeschooling, I wouldn't mind hacking school and teaching my daughter everything that I can from home, and then whatever else she wants to learn, we either do YouTube or we get a tutor. I mean, what do I need school for at that point? I don't think they've actually figured that out yet, but whatever, that's their problem. In the meantime, I'm going to take advantage of the fact that there's so much information everywhere, and we can really, really hack school. I mean, why not get into a situation where your daughter or your son, decides what they want to study and goes full out, research, learn all they freaking can until they can't stand the subject no more, and then move on to the next one. Why not? Because honestly, if it's directed by them, they're going to study, they know they're going to focus, they're going to absorb as much material as they possibly can, they're going to ask for experiments, they're going to ask for, things to do, worksheets, workbooks, all kinds of stuff. They want to experience whatever it is that they're learning, and then when they're done, they're done. Honestly, I started hacking piano lessons. So baby girl has an organ in the house, and she and I will sit down and watch YouTube, and she taught herself how to play hot cross buns watching YouTube. She's 6. So can you imagine? There's no damn excuse for any of us. Okay? So yeah, there's that. So I'm actually really glad that they're looking into the child student care facility. It's actually a really good move. It's a very smart marketing strategy. So I went there, checked it out. It's pretty clean. There's like 3 or 4 classrooms, very, very small, but functional. It's very functional. It's in a decent location. It's close to an MRT station, which is always good. Even though most parents will actually drive their kids or pick them up or whatever. Anyway, they also have a shuttle service. So the wife runs the center. The husband is actually the transport. So he will pick them up and take them to tuition, or take them back home, or pick them up from the school, whatever it is. So he's the one who's in charge of dropping and picking up kids. So I finished up with that at about 5:30 or so. Went to go pick up baby girl, and she was like, can you redo my hair? And I was like, yeah, we could do that. But you know what I forgot? I didn't cook this weekend. I did a lot of work on my own business, and I just didn't cook this weekend. As much as the cleaning and the going through the toys and all that shit that I was doing, I just didn't cook this weekend. And I should have, didn't use my time as well as I could have. Anyway, so, yeah. So when I got home and she was like, yeah, do my hair. And I was thinking, okay, that's going to be about 3 hours. It's about 7 something. 10 is not a good idea for her to go to sleep, but it's not bad either. It's not like we haven't done it before. We don't have to be really, really strict about, waking her up in the morning. And as of right now, it's 11 o'clock and she's still looking at me like, do I have to go to sleep? Yeah. That is the problem of me being in the room while she falls asleep. She wants me in here because it's kind of scary with the thunder and lightning, and I understand that, but she over here staring at me. Like, how are you supposed to sleep with your eyes damn open? Hello? Go to sleep. Thank you. So yeah, I chose to cook first, obviously, because that's the smart thing to do. And then by the time I finished cooking, obviously it was already 9 something. And I was thinking, you know what? I can't start your hair and do little braids. I'm going to have to redo whatever it is you have in your head right now, make it clean and neat, and then we'll start this whole process again tomorrow. So got that done. She was pretty much done by about 10. There was a cartoon she'd never seen. She wanted to watch it for a little bit. So I let her watch till 10:30. Yes, I'm a bad mom. But yeah, so now she's in bed and I'm trying really hard to get her to focus and actually sleep. Woman, sleep. Close your eyes. Turn away. Turn and face the wall right now. Seriously. God, she drives me nuts. I love her, but y'all know she be driving me up the wall. Okay, so the title of tonight's episode is Can You Stand the Rain? And it's aptly named because it is raining, and it's like monsoon rain out there. It's not like some little rain. When it really rains in Singapore, you get this really cold wind, which is really nice. So I usually open the front door and I open the windows, and we get this really nice cross breeze inside the house until the rain starts pouring in, and then I have to close the window. So yeah, it's really nice and cold outside, which makes me happy because then I don't have to run the AC or anything to go to sleep at night because it gets really hot in here. But I really do want to ask, can you stand the rain? I mean, everybody wants happy weather. Everyone wants sunshine and rainbows and ice cream and whatever else. Yeah, obviously it's easy when things are going good, but what do you do when things go wrong? How do you manage when things go wrong? Can you stand it? Do you like flip out? Do you break down? What do you do? What's the best way for you to cope? For me, I am a control freak. I am not afraid to tell you that. I like to control things. I like to know what's going to happen when. And as as many times in my life as I've not had control, and it's like pretty much like every day, I don't know why I still have the need to want to control. So as of right now, I'm in a growth phase. And it's actually really difficult for me to accept what's going on in my life at the moment. But I know there's a lesson in here somewhere, and I need to hurry up and find it and learn it because I can't take too much more of this dragging on at the moment. So at the moment, I kind of feel like the lesson for me is to learn to do what I have to do while I'm waiting for other things to happen. I can't control everything. So obviously, once you get something done and pushed off your plate for the next person to handle, you got to trust that the next person's going to handle it. Otherwise, obviously, you wouldn't need that next person and you'd be doing it your damn self. So I have to learn to be patient and to trust the other person, that I've pushed off the work to or whatever, so that I can concentrate on other things. I have a tendency not to do that. If I don't trust you, I have a tendency to micromanage, and that's not good for you and it's not good for me, and I'm trying to learn. I am trying to evolve as a leader, believe it or not. What else? So yeah, I feel like in rainy seasons, in rough patches in your life, there are times where you have to take a step back and really decide, what it is you can control, what it is you can't control. We've talked about this before, the circle of control. You can control your thoughts and your actions, and outside of that, you can't do nothing else. Now, when it comes to depending on other people, obviously, you can't control them. But you can damn sure control what you do. So instead of focusing on what they're not doing, which is one out of, a bazillion things that's going on in your life, you should probably concentrate on the ones that do need your attention, the things that you can control, the things that you can do something about. So let me give you an example. I was talking to a friend, and she mentioned that, I heard you want to do a t-shirt line or whatever. Excuse me. And I happen to work in Sim Lim Square, so when I talked to her about it, I mentioned, hey, I was coming down the stairs the other day, and I noticed that this shop is on this floor, and that shop's on that floor, and they do printing, and they do this, that, and the other. And she was like, yo, I get so nervous when you say stuff like that. And I was like, wow, I mean, I'm just telling you what I noticed. And I was going to ask you for your opinion because you've been based out of this Sim Lim Square area for the last 13 years. So, I mean, obviously you have a hookup somewhere in this building. I'm just asking you for your advice. And she goes, no. Don't do it here in Singapore. You need to go across the border and get it done in Malaysia, because you can use the ringgit against itself and go ahead and get things printed and then come back and sell them So that answered a lot of questions for me because number one, I was looking at Shopify and having Shopify do all the work for me, and I take a cut of the profits. Obviously, because they'd be handling the product, the merchandise itself, the printing cost, and then the shipping as well. It would be a one-stop shop for me, it'd be a one-stop shop for the customer, and for the most part, I can guarantee that the packaging will be exactly as I plan it because I set what the packaging is and whatever logos and whatever I need to set up, I would set up with Shopify. The other option would be for me to buy in bulk here in Singapore. Like there was, I'm looking at butterprints.com.sg. They seem to have a pretty good, pretty nice operation. They're based in Tai Seng. And I actually haven't been over there yet, but obviously because of this conversation, I won't be going over there. But she was saying, don't buy it here in Singapore, where it was looking like $12 a t-shirt if I bought 50 of them up front, which isn't bad. I mean, I could sell 50 t-shirts. I got plenty of people here in Singapore that want them, and I have a couple that I need to send overseas anyway. But if I can get it for less than that, obviously I could make a better profit and be debt-free right off the bat. So right now, what I'm waiting for is the right time to go and talk to her again about where to get, what to get, who to get, how to get, all that stuff. But in the meantime, there is no purpose in me worrying about when she's going to give me the information that I need, because I have other things I need to do. I need to figure out what the first design is going to be. I need to figure out who's going to design it. If I'm going to design it, am I going to put it through Fiverr? Am I going to go through my guy in the UK? Am I going to talk to my guy in Sri Lanka? Like, who am I going to get to do this? How am I going to get to do this? And how quickly can I get it done? Because obviously, I can't get shit printed if I don't have something to print. Obviously, I need a t-shirt. And obviously, I need a design. So, instead of focusing on what I don't have, which is the contact information, or, who I need to go see about a horse or whatever to get t-shirts done, I need to focus on the things that I can control. So, the information about where to go in Malaysia is out of my control. I need to wait until I see this person again so I can ask. What's within my control is getting the design done, which it shouldn't take very long. If I knew anything about Adobe Photoshop, I would get it done, but I don't. So I need to go get the damn program and tinker with it a couple times. It probably won't take long, but it's not something that'll be instant. The other thing is, if I call somebody in the UK or say Sri Lanka, there's a time difference I need to work on, okay, and I need to wait for them to get back to me with what I need. And then there'll be several drafts of it until I feel that, the design is exactly what I want, and then I go from there. If I did Fiverr, yeah, okay, I'd need to pay for it. It'd be nominal, and I could go through a couple drafts and make sure that, I only pay for what I want, but even then I'm depending on someone else. So, bottom line, okay, I don't like depending on other people. Mostly because if they decide to slack off or disappear or ghost on me, I'm screwed. So, what's within my control is how I get my design done. Okay, and if I decide to do it myself, brilliant. I hope it comes out fine. We'll see. The other thing is trying to source for t-shirts, trying to figure out what sizes, how many, figuring out shipping if I were to ship it myself. So these are things I can control. I can go out and find out all the information for myself. So with that in mind, can you stand the rain? It is not easy being an entrepreneur, okay? Obviously, I've been up since, what time is it now? I've been up since 5:30. Obviously, I hit the snooze button a couple times. I didn't actually get out of bed until like 6:30. Got dressed, got baby girl dressed, and I've been on the run since, okay? Just got back home at like 7 something. Got dinner done. Got her hair cleaned up. It wasn't redone, obviously. It's just cleaned up. And it is now 11:15 at night. And I'm still not done because I still have a blog post to write that I need to put up. And I'm not done with this podcast yet. So, obviously, I have a lot of work to do. I still have my 14K project, which I haven't touched at all today. And I should have, but I didn't. And hopefully, I'll get that done too. Yes, there is a lot on my plate. But that also means that with so much on my plate, I should have no excuse for why I'm just sitting down, tapping my foot, waiting for someone to give me one piece of information. I should be busy the whole time, okay, and making sure that everything else that is within my control is taken care of. I hope that makes sense, okay? So while you wait, while you're waiting for your due season to come in, you're not expected to sit on your damn thumbs and just be like, okay, I'm waiting. Get up off your ass, go get something done. Because obviously when the time comes and you get the answer that you've been waiting for, you need other things to be ready as well so that everything starts moving at the same time. So, I know you all can stand the rain. It's a matter of what you do to get through it. What are you going to do, as the rain passes? Are you just going to sit there and watch the rain? Are you going to fall asleep? Are you going to, eat ice cream and watch movies? What are you going to do? Now, look, anybody can sit down and watch watch movies and eat ice cream. Anybody can take a nap during the rain. God knows. Just now, before my daughter came out and asked me to come back and get in the room with her because she was scared, I was laying on the trampoline getting ready to do this podcast, and I fell asleep. Okay, that's the reality of my life right now. I just damn sure fell asleep. She woke me up and I was like, okay, fine. You know what? I'll just do the podcast in the room. So that's why the fan is so loud, because the room door is closed, the fan is on, the AC is on, and then you have this rumbling noise in the background, which is the thunder outside. So, in a perfect world, in a sunshiny weather type of day, right? Everything would be automated. I wouldn't have to worry about it. I would have a team behind me, and I'd have time for meetings like Gary Vaynerchuk. Honestly, I talk about him all the time because I want to be like him one day. I want to be so well-oiled a machine that I can direct people to do the things I want to do, have them check on the things I need to check on, and then just touch base every so often, and then push my business forward because I'm not having meetings. That's where I'm going to be. I'm telling you now, that's where I'm going to be. I don't know how soon it's going to be. The aim is by the end of 3 years. By the time I turn the big 4-0, all right? It's going to be a conglomerate, God damn it. I swear. But before then, okay, the first milestone, you already know, right? What's the first milestone? December 31st, 2017. I'm going to make money. I'm going to make enough money to cover what I make right now so that I double my income. Okay, I'm going to double my income, but that doesn't mean I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to double my income and keep pushing. Keep pushing. Okay? So, what do you do in bad times? Focus on the bad times? Hell no. What do? You focus on the things you can control. Okay? There's always something you can control. Even if it isn't something physical, it could be something mental. You can control what the hell you concentrate on. You can control whether you think about all the things that aren't going right in the world, or you can concentrate on the things that are going right in the world and be grateful. Because being grateful is a magnet for miraculous things. Right? Alright. So, I've walked you through how I put up with the bad times. I'm not perfect. I do slip up. I do screw up at first. I do forget that, it is easy enough and I just have to keep myself busy. God knows I'm human. Okay? But I'm telling you, once I get my head out of my ass and I figure out, you know what, I can't be bothered to be obsessed with this, that, and the other anymore, I need to get my work done. Once I figure that out, it's smooth sailing from there because I tend to get so busy I don't have time to sit down and mope or complain or notice everything that's not going well. I hope that made sense. Alright, so I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to go ahead and get on this blog post because I have half of it written and I just need to write the other half and post it, and then I'm good to go. So, thank you so much for coming out and listening to me. And anyone who sits down and watches the replays, thank you very much for doing that too. And just give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. If you think these topics are relevant, if you think it's helpful to hear from my life and tell you what I think and how I do things and how I handle problems, great. I would love it. DM me, comment, share, like, post, whatever it is you want to do. Just let me know because I'd love to hear from you guys. All right? So I'm going to holler at you tomorrow. Until then, peace out.